again to Now You're Cooking. Today we're going to cook Senate bean soup. And I am happy to share this recipe, which my husband recommended. And it's very delicious. He's made it several times, so today is my first time, but it's nothing difficult or demanding. So I do want to share a bit of history about Senate bean soup. So, Senate bean soup. Bean soup is on the menu in Senate restaurants every day. There are several stories about the origin of that mandate, but none have been corroborated. According to one story, the Senate bean soup tradition began early in the 20th century at the request of Senator Fred Du Bois of Idaho. Another story attributes the request to Senator Knute Nelson of Minnesota, who expressed his fondness for the soup in 1903. So, there are two recipes. There's a recipe that is served in the Senate restaurant, and then there is the recipe by Fred Du Bois of Idaho. And they're very similar, but have some differences. And we're going to have the Fred Du Bois version because, after all, we are Idahoans. So, I started the beans last night. I put a pound of navy beans into the this pot, and filled it with water. And then I got a ham hock from the grocery store, which you can find at any grocery store. And so the soup has cooked for about 2.5 hours last night, and then it sat there all night, and today I brought it in and it's been warming. And what we do now is we fish out the ham hock. When I was a kid, my mom always made us ham hock and bean soup, and it's always been one of my favorites. Something about the ham and the salt, but it's one of those comfort foods, and we all like to have those. It's cold and gray and dreary outside, and it's warm and smells wonderful in here, so we're going to enjoy making this soup and enjoy eating it later here. So I'm going to let that cool off a little bit, and I did put a little bit of chicken broth. We discovered a new type of broth that's called Better Than Broth, and it's in a little jar, and you get out a scoop, and I put some of that in there. But all that's in there is the beans, a little bit of broth mix, and the ham hock. And it already looks like a nice rich soup. Also in this recipe, we're going to put carrots and celery and garlic and onion. And that's really all there is to it, although there is a addition at the end that makes it even more Idaho-ish. So I'm going to cut these vegetables into bite-sized pieces. And I'm going to turn the soup back on to get it warm. And I think everyone knows how good beans are for you. They're full of protein and vitamins. And so this is a nice healthy dish. And you can make as much as you want. In fact, the recipe for the Du Bois version is for 5 gallons of the soup. So you could have a big party and feed the neighborhood with that much. And I'm just going to put 2 carrots. I don't usually peel carrots when I'm cooking them. I'll peel them if we're having carrot sticks and dip, but there's a lot of nutrition in the carrot skin, and once you cook them up, you don't see the blemishes that are on the skin of a carrot. So got some big pieces here. There goes the carrots and celery. I told you all about the compost bucket last time, also known as the love bucket. So I brought that again. I'm going to save those. And we hope you've tried some of our other recipes. You can find them on our YouTube channel go to YouTube and then search on Community Library Network, and there's all kinds of programs, including our cooking show, but kids programs and lots of fun, exciting things happening at our library. So we encourage you to check those out. Okay, chop all these. I'm always impressed with the professional chefs that can chop so fast. I've never been able to do that. So I'm slowly chopping away. And an onion. And this is a yellow onion. It's the kind I typically use in all my cooking. It's not a sweet onion. And I cut the bottom off it. Last time I called it the top, the bottom. And I put a slice and then peel it. As we're sitting in here in our meeting room at the library, we can hear all the scraping and grinding and grunting of the construction equipment out the door. They're putting in a water line here, and we've had the joys of being a part of that when they cut our internet line 2 days ago, and then yesterday and this morning they cut our water line. So never a dull moment at the Athol Library. Thankfully, we have our water back on today, and our internet is back. So, yay for that. Now it's looking good. Stir it up. Then it calls for, well, like 4 cloves of garlic. Yep, 4 cloves of garlic chopped. But I think chopping garlic's kind of I don't know, tedious. So I am going to do it crushed. I brought the garlic crusher today. Get the skin off this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just cut the ends off the garlic and peel them. Once you've used a garlic crusher, it's hard not to use it for everything, every recipe that calls for garlic. I know some chefs believe that crushed is different than minced, which it is different, but makes a difference in the recipe, the taste. And it's different than chopped and finely chopped, or what this one says chopped. So that doesn't even tell you what size to chop it. So, but you have to have a nice heavy duty garlic press because it takes a lot of pressure to smush these garlic cloves, and to get one like so, get one that's, you know, quality. And you just keep putting them in and mashing them. Okay, I'm gonna put these here in the bucket, in the love bucket. Okay. I'm going to do some salt and pepper. I have not added any salt and pepper yet. And the ham does have, the ham hock does have salt in it, so maybe we'll hold off on this. If this were just me and my family eating it, I'd put salt in it, but not everybody likes a lot of salt like I do. So we'll taste it first, which is the smart thing to do when you're cooking up a meal for people, not just for yourself or your own family, but not everybody likes a quantity of salt, or no, any salt. Sometimes it's not good for people's health. So here's our ham hock, and I'm just going to use my fingers here and start tearing the meat off. This one's nice and meaty. And just putting it in there. And you can also, you know, purchase some more ham and put that in on top of the meat from the ham hock, which I wish I would have done now because there's not a whole lot of ham in here, but at least we have the flavor. Almost there. And then you just cook this for a while until the vegetables are soft, and then serve. So it's nothing you have to make ahead of time, except for getting the beans ready, which you can do the night or day before, and then just do the rest the evening of the meal. Okay, I think I have ripped the meat off that ham hock, and I'm going to crank up the heat and stir it in, and we will be back to give it a try here. So hang on, and we will let you know how it tastes. Okay, I mentioned first on that there is part of this recipe that makes it uniquely Idaho. This is the Senator Fred Du Bois version of Senate bean soup, which includes mashed potatoes, and none other than Idaho mashed potatoes. So you just, towards the end of the cooking time, you put in, sprinkle in some instant mashed potatoes. And that gives it a little bit different flavor and a richer texture, and it just makes it even more delicious if that can be a situation. Hey, Crystal, thanks for being a volunteer to taste our Senate bean soup.
Oh yeah.
Here's your, say when.
That's good.
That's good?
Yeah.
How about, okay. Now, I didn't put salt in it because the ham hock is somewhat salty, and here, let me sprinkle some of this on top. And there is pepper in it, but if you want more salt, there it is, and it's super hot. So you might
Oh,
want to
okay,
follow it.
okay. But it was hot. Very good though.
Need more salt? Do you like salt?
I do, but this is good.
Good.
Good by itself.
Great.
All right.
Success.
Yes. Very good.
Thanks, Crystal.
You're welcome.
Let me try it. Have you heard of Senate bean soup?
No.
I hadn't either. So. That's good. That broth is just good by itself too. So. Thank you all, and thanks for joining us today, and come in and pick up the recipe. You can also find it online. You can look at Senate bean soup, and there's all kinds of sites that come up that tell the history of it and the different versions of the recipe. So thank you, and have a great holiday.